Hello! How is everybody tonight? Taylor's wondering who I'm talking to. How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, I see you guys have been in the chat and I am so happy to see that. Welcome everybody to the Bigs Prep. My name is Cynthia and tonight we're going to talk about paranoid or prepared and what we're preparing for. And you guys have been generous with your comments and votes and I am super excited to share everything. And then we're going to talk about win of the week because we're very excited always for win of the week. Tater's joining me tonight. Aren't you, Tater? I don't know how long he's going to stay. He just had a bath and he's super soft. Yeah. He's a big boy. Okay. Let's do some shout outs. I see Sassy Gal Prepping. Thank you so much for being here. And Yarn Prepper, thank you for reminding people that super chats are not necessary, but I do send out packages to the troops. I just spent about $120 sending packages of shorts and packages of t-shirts for the troops to sleep in because right now they're hello. Right now they are needing like pajama type attire. Sven up in the house, thank you. And Ginny, I think I already shouted you out, but if I didn't, hey Tony. And I see Rhonda Allen up in here. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Hello, Lori. And we've got Fake Person up in the house. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Sarah B, always appreciate your support. And Michelle Moon, thank you for being here. Just going to do a few more shout outs. Tater, don't chew the paper. Lynn Stalker, thank you so much for joining us tonight. R. Jarrett, thank you for being here. Carrie Newsom and USMC, really glad to see you up in the chat tonight. This Girl Preps, hey, how are you doing? Tater is being a handful. Sherry Sizemore, thank you so much for joining us. The Banks Homestead, hello. Sunshine State Survival, hey, how are you? I just put your latest video in my watch later. I'm going to hit that tomorrow morning while I'm cooking. Rita Hunter, thank you for joining. City Girl Homestead. Andrea Paula. Michael O'Brien, hello from Central Florida. Rebecca Bullock Jarrett. Hi, how are you? Michelle Flo, Patricia Bagwell. Oh my goodness. So many cool people are here in the chat tonight. Hey, it's the Biggs Fix. That's Mr. Biggs' channel, and he is on the couch watching a zombie movie. Hey, babe. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about paranoid or prepared. Now, I get this whole paranoid, kind of, oh, Cynthia, you're just being paranoid. Every once in a while, a lot of people just know that that's just me. Tater has the keyboard, so this could go very wrong very quickly. Hi, Pauline. Let's see. Oh, Valerie. Hey, how are you? So I'm going to run over to my community page really quick. And so paranoid or prepared. 97% of you said prepared and 3% said paranoid. And I think one of the paranoid votes might have been Uncle Al. So then there were 440 votes. I cannot believe it. Sunshine State Survival came to see if she's paranoid or not. You know, I think that paranoia comes from a place of fear and preparedness comes from a place of planning. So when we're paranoid, we're going to be stocking up on things in a manner that is, hoarding and clearing shelves and acting foolish and maybe buying things that we don't need or don't even really want. Whereas preparedness, in my opinion, comes from a standpoint of planning. If I know that my family uses a bag of flour a week and I want to have a 6-month food supply, I'm going to need 26 bags of flour. And I'm also going to need a way to store that flour so that people know that, in my household know that it's not going to get full of bugs or whatever. So paranoia more of a place of fear. Preparedness, more of a place of acknowledgement, informed decisions, and then acting on what we're doing. That's just how I feel about it. Let me know in the comments if you agree. And thank you so much for the super chat. I am super excited to see that, and thank you so much. And the number is awesome too. You hear a high-pitched sound like a dog whistle. I don't know. Can anybody else hear that high-pitched sound? That's kind of weird. Hey, Linda, glad that you made it. And OP and Lady Prepper in the house. Florida is representing tonight. So let's go back to the community post. Uncle Al definitely said that only Uncle Al is paranoid, which he's so sweet. Rebecca Bullock Jared said a little bit of both, and she's up in the chat tonight. Husbands has always been more of a prepper. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is it? I think it's the computer itself.
It's the fan.
It's the fan inside the computer, and Tater wants daddy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let's see. Megan Donahue said a healthy mix of both. I know that Mr. B. I know that without a doubt, serious things are going on behind the scenes. And she's absolutely right. So there were a lot of comments in the community post about paranoia or preparedness. And I like USMC. That's a great comment. It's a reverb from the government listening to this post, and I'm paranoid. That is awesome. The Happy Hickman Homestead. Hello, everyone. I'm both. I trust no one. Be prepared for anything. And I liked USMC. I prep because I like to be in control, and Marines are like scouts. They're always prepared. That is a really great way to look at it. I prep because I like to be in control. Also, prepping is lifestyle insurance. Like I said, if I know that, my family is going to need a certain thing, I don't think it's paranoid to be stocked up on that certain thing for whatever amount of time I feel is correct for my family. And I'm not hurting anyone else. I'm not taking anything off any shelves or anything like that. We are simply preparing for what we know is coming, and we're informed. Okay. So then we asked, what are you preparing for? And this would be a great time to pop it in that chat as well if you didn't respond to the community post, because what we're prepping for is always an interesting comment for me. Allison Sanders says, we're prepping for our 6 kids ages 5 to 26 and our elderly parents, hoping no one has to move back in, but truly ready if they need to. We have extra of everything. And thank you for your encouragement. So I really appreciate that too. But Allison, you're absolutely right. There are going to be those people that end up flocking back home. My son messaged me the other day and said that he's actually considering leaving the military and not quite sure where he's going to go when he gets out, but he's definitely welcome to come home. And I know that a lot of people are going to end up either moving back home, or they're going to end up moving back in with parents, or parents are going to end up moving back in with children, 100%. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so generous with these comments tonight. And if you can be generous with your likes as well, it helps the channel out so much. Tony says, I agree with Happy Hour Man Homestead. I'm prepared for almost anything. Good for you, Tony. City Girl Homestead. I keep prepping because it does give you control, and I know my family, even though they're grown, I'll be able to provide for them. That's how I feel. I prep for my son. I prep for, anybody in my circle of trust that may need me. Andrea got told that she was sick and obsessed with canning today and asked if I'm done canning yet. I asked back if they're done eating yet. So much criticism. Oh my goodness. That is really horrible. So I am also obsessed with canning, always have been. And Mr. B always jokes, if it fits in a jar, she's going to put it in there. So look at this right here. Look at that. That's what we're eating out of tonight for the M&Ms. Whoa, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so Sassy Gal prepping for an economic or financial collapse, and those are definitely in the wheelhouse. Jamie Dimon this week just came out and said, prepare for a recession / depression. And if that guy's saying it and the mainstream media is printing it, then by golly, I think you better get prepared. That seems like a smart and prudent thing to do. Pauline Parker says, try to be prepared as much as possible, not worry about what Russia is preparing for. Oh my gosh, I know. Missy B, I'm both. I wish I knew when it was happening, prepping for a governmental collapse. So nobody has a crystal ball. I certainly don't. I thought that we were going to collapse in 2010 after the 2008, crash of everything that happened back then. And you have to forgive me. I'm going to drink a lot of tea tonight. Okay. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry, prepping mostly for hurricane season, but making sure I'm stocked up on stuff I know I'm going to use. Super smart. Florida-based, we're not paranoid, we're awake, and part of the few that can feel it coming. We have a purpose and will be essential later. We only have to wait until the sheep wake up. Once they do, it's going to be pandemonium. Talk about paranoia. At that point, the shelves will be wiped. There will be nothing left. And I mean nothing for anyone. And people are going to it's going to get dangerous. That's when preppers are able to sit back in their homes and guard what you already have. They're going to be able to protect their loved ones and the things that they've already prepped. Linda's Prepper Kitchen. I'm prepping for the unexpected, anything that might come my way. They could impact mine or my family's life in a bad way. When we started prepping, I had just come through a very serious divorce and 2 years of extreme poverty. Extreme, like $100 a week and no child support and no Medicaid and no nothing and no help. No food stamps, none of that stuff. And I had 2 little boys. So making it work to the maximum, standing on the side of the road when my kids were at their dad's house, holding the cash for gold sign because it was a job that I could pick up and I could show up anytime. And they paid me an extra $1 an hour if I stood out in a bikini top. So you better believe that's how I stood out there because I needed the money to feed my kids. I didn't want to do anything illegal, but it definitely wasn't my favorite job either. Orlando Prepper, prepping for the worst and hoping for the best. That's a really great attitude to have. So coming through the 2 years of extreme poverty, I started prepping for a month, just having a month extra of expenses, and then 2 months, and then 3 months. And then after that, I started prepping food for just a little while or not, or, coffee, just give me my coffee, laundry soap and things that I knew that we were going to need. I started couponing really heavily, and that's where the prepping came in. Then Mr. B came on the scene, and when he did, it was financially a lot easier for me. And second, we started preparing for if he got injured and didn't have a paycheck. All right. Yarn Prepper says, nothing wrong with clearing a shelf. If you get there first and have the money, do it. Everyone else has the same chance to shop, and they don't. You know what? I have cleared a shelf. I am guilty of clearing a shelf in the past. So I'm not going to say I've never done it. So, Tony, prepping for all hell to break loose. But for now, when someone needs help, I got this. That's such a nice attitude. And, I've found that most preppers are very generous. People who truly are, in the preparedness community are very generous with each other. I've been prepping for many years, Sherry says. In time of plenty, I stack, and in time of lack, there's been there to help me through. Absolutely. So last year in 2021, in June, Mr. B had a surgery, and he was out of work for approximately 4 months. I had surgery in September, And I was home from work. I was working from home, but I was down for 2 entire weeks and then working from home for the next 10 weeks while I recovered from my abdominal surgery. So it actually helped a lot to have that big prepper pantry, because we did an 8-week pantry challenge where I could not even go to the store. I couldn't leave the house. So it was very hard. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. I also try to prepare because I went through a job loss last year. It's scary not knowing if I could afford groceries or not. That's exactly why a lot of people get into prepping, is that job loss. And that's a great way to start, a great reason to start. Pauline says, how many family members who plan to bug out here, trying to prep for them? Exactly. So I have quite a few people that are like, well, if anything happens, I'm coming to your house. I said, well, you better pack up and bring everything you have before you get here. Rebecca says, how is your son's, oh my goodness, I've got a lag. How is your son's hand healing? It looks great. He actually came over and hung out with my husband for a little while today, and they, yeah, it's looking really good. I'm very pleased with the way to be young again. You know what I mean? To be young. Michael says, we're not paranoid. We're following a gut feeling. That is a lot of it. A lot of people feel honestly called to prep. They feel that urgency. I know I feel it. There are times when I just like it's in the wind or something. Like I've made the analogy before, like when horses smell smoke, you can almost feel something palpable in the air. Okay. Mr. B got a knife at a yard sale this morning, and how much did you pay for it? $8. And we just looked it up online, and it's $48. There we go. Okay. Oh, Katie's drinking her soda out of a mason jar right now. That's pretty awesome. If it goes in a jar, it fits. Oh my gosh, Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat. I can't tell you how much those mean. That is full shipping for a package. $20 is what it costs to get a box over to my son. He's going to be headed to Finland for the next 2 weeks. I feel confident in saying that because it is on YouTube. Their platoon has a YouTube channel, and that is on YouTube. They packed up and went. So I don't feel like I'm compromising their mission. This girl preps, mostly prepping for grid down and economic collapse. But whatever comes, I am way more prepared than anyone else I know. I love that. Prepping for a weather event is super important. Just the regular stuff, the regular everyday stuff, job loss, injury, a weather event. Those are things that are normal things that happen all the time. The Biggs Fix, who's Mr. Biggs, who is actually walking around the house. I was worried about the amount Mrs. B was canning and stocking till I was out of work for 6 weeks from surgery. Then I changed my tune. There you go. There you go. We were thankful because we knew that his surgery was coming, but we didn't quite know when. And then it was hurry up and now. And I actually was at work, and an event happened, and 2 weeks later I was having a full abdominal hysterectomy. So there was no preparing for that. There was nothing. We had no notice. Bam, it just happened. So, and no medical insurance. So that was a huge thing. Rebecca Jarrett, make sure your arsenal prep is on point and very important. Without the pew-pew things and the pew-pew seeds and the training, you will all lose other preps very painfully and quickly. Absolutely. The Scottish apple juice. Exactly. Scottish apple juice and I don't get along very well, sadly. The big R, I'm not ready for that, but the threat, but everything else I am. So the recession, I think, is going to be real. And this platform doesn't particularly care for the R word, and that's okay. A lot of channels are talking about that. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. If we're already in a recession now and they're saying, hey, watch out because there's going to be a recession, I think the depression is actually what's coming. That's my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I heard someone explain that the 2008 crash was the dip before the big drop. That actually makes a lot of sense. It really does. So agree, Mrs. Biggs. For me and my husband, if my kids need to come home, anything that might come my way that could impact 100%. So if my kids need to come home, that's 100% in the cards for them. They can 100% come here and I will take care of them. August Blue, can't change what the world is doing. I can only make sure my family has what they need to the best of my ability. I don't want to go out in the chaos. Absolutely 100%. So with the hurricane stuff, when everyone else is running around looking for gas, looking for propane, looking for everything, we sit at home. We do not leave the house. We just stay home because there's no gas anyway. So you don't need to be running around. Plus, it's dangerous. Thank you, Michelle J, for shipping. I super appreciate that. So they love the drink packs, the little drink packs that they use to put in a 20-ounce bottle of water because they have water and coffee, so it gets really boring really fast. So those little like Kool-Aid packs or whatever, they love those. The lemonade iced tea ones, perfect. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And the United States military thanks you as well, and the whole platoon. So 69 Cav, 1st Cavalry, yeah. Absolutely correct. Like they did with the Big C, we didn't need to buy toilet paper or anything else. That's right. And plus, during those times of crisis, that leaves the shelves open for people who have not prepared. I don't need to go out and do anything. I've already prepared when the supplies were plentiful. So Yarn Prepper bought liquid children's Tylenol and Motrin just in case the grandchildren come around or in case we have someone who can't swallow pills. I remember trying to support my 2 boys on my own. Thank you, City Girl Homestead. And their dad hardly ever took them child support. Only when we didn't get child support at all. We just decided that wasn't something that we were going to go after, and he wasn't particularly wild about paying it anyway. Okay, here's Amy. Amy says, your first aid, do you also prep sewing needles, tweezers, magnifying glasses? Yes, absolutely. So we have a whole separate box marked stitches, and all the things to do stitches are in that box. And I was really praying that I didn't have to get it out. Once I evaluated the finger, it really, if you guys haven't seen that video, it's not gory. I tried not to put too much guts in it. But I did want to highlight the fact that prepping happens in real life for regular situations, like somebody cuts their finger really badly and it's an hour drive to the hospital. So I do prep all of those things, and those are great things to have on hand. So we have, there's a weird lag. We have a box just marked stitches. Tony says, started prepping when the kids were hungry and there was nothing for them to eat. So when I think I've told this story before, but my kids were at my house for the weekend, and the only thing that we had was a big bowl of soup, like a big pot of soup. It was like a vegetable and tomato soup with kidney beans in it, and I made it super fancy. And we had a loaf of 25-cent. Back then, you could get the marked down bread at Walmart for 25 cents the next day. So I had that. We toasted it. We put cheese on it, and they had the soup. And that was all that we had for the entire weekend, basically. And, we lived, but it wasn't pretty. Okay. Back to the comments for another 6 minutes, and then we'll do win of the week. So if you guys want to start putting your wins of the week, put win of the week in capitals so that I see it, and then I'll shout you out. Rita says, prep for life. It's my lifestyle and it's how I was raised. My mom raised 3 girls on her own. We had a garden, and we canned, and we ate what we could get. Good for you, Rita. And that's a great way to raise your kids. My kids knew that we had enough. I used to tell them, they'd say, are we poor? And I'd say, we have enough to pay our bills and a little bit extra. Okay. All right. Mr. B is typing from the other side of the house. You can hear me. Toilet paper. My buddies thought I was crazy till the Big C hit, and then I had to bring them some, and it was a serious Mother Goose stuff. So I actually had a client who was looking for toilet paper for her brother, who was a special needs person and couldn't get any. And I, on the down low, said, why don't you meet me here at my work, and I will give you whatever you need for your brother. And she legit cried because she was so worried about her brother, because he lived in like one of those kind of assisted living type of apartments, but they didn't have anything extra for the residents. And, you know, he's special needs and he needed a special, you know, little hand. And she cried because there was none. She was driving to Gainesville to try to find toilet paper and there just wasn't any. Okay. Oh, let's see. Fake person is asking for prayers on November 22, going to get a colonoscopy. Thank you. Absolutely. We'll pray for you. So Sarah B says, I'm not paranoid. I'm scared because I know I don't have enough put back and I know what it's like to go without food. Here's the deal. You know what that's like. And I know what that's like. But a lot of people don't know what that's like. And when they find out, they're going to freak. They're going to freak out. Whereas you have experience with that and you already know that you're going to survive. That's the big thing. Okay, Sven says, started prepping 20 years ago for months with low income, and now I have a year. That is super awesome. And, you know, a lot of people have a variable income. Maybe they're fishermen or they, you know, do a lawn service or something like that. So that's important to prep for those months when you may not have that same income. Prepper Spidey sense. I really like that. I need to use that. Okay. Andrea says, in 2011, my son's dad got cancer diagnosis. His customers ditched him. Oh no. Tens of thousands in deductible. Very little money left for food. Cooked from scratch, canned and prepped ever since. I'm so, you know, it's often tragedy that leads people to prepping. And then, man, once they start, they're just off to the races. I've been prepping since 2008, learned from Alaska Prepper how to do it when watching her for years and years. Us too. My kids used to watch Alaska Prepper all the time. A family-friendly channel that I always trusted to have a good message for my kids. Love that. We've both been poor and not enough food for us and our kids, so we put back for us and our kids and anyone else we can help. Michelle, that's so great. Uh-oh, I see Heather in the chat. Hi, Heather. I'm glad you made it. Okay. So I'm going to skip a few and run down. Hi, Vancouver Vixen. I see somebody sent me a super chat. Is that Vancouver Vixen? You're so sweet. Next week, taking our first vacation since 2020, going leaf peeping in New Hampshire. Need to give our mind and hearts a break. Hubby's birthday is on Halloween. Remember to take some time for yourselves. That is super, super important to make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Okay, Karen says, my sons think I'm a hoarder and I don't care. Yeah, I've had people say that I'm a hoarder before, especially here on YouTube. When they see the Prepper Pantry, they you know, I always get the H word flung around a little, but you know what? To each their own. I'm not hurting anybody by doing what I do. I'm not, you know, taking from anyone else. Certainly, it's taken me 7 years to get my Prepper Pantry the way that I want it, and I'm certainly not hurting anybody over the last 7 years. The WEF, hey Tigers, the WEF and Fed recently introduced their plans for digital currency. That's a reset. Yeah, I agree with you. Depression will be much worse this time around. No gardens in everyone's yard, and things like cooking from scratch and canning have become lost arts. Well, what a great segue. Because Mr. B and I are doubling down on the Homestead Kitchen channel, and we just shot a video tonight doing an Asian-inspired dinner of pork, cabbage, and a soy sauce spaghetti noodle, and it was super fun to make and super delicious, all from scratch and really cheap. We got 6 or 10 servings out of like less than $10. Okay. So, Mr. B, Tater says prep Chewies and clean ties. He's not kidding. He loves Chewies. Okay. So, win of the week, I'm just going to scroll down and see if anybody's got, oh, Garden Cat's here. Hey. Just going to run down for some wins of the week. Here we go. Tammy Joe and Who's Your Prepper Nurse? And is it J-Bow or is it Ja-Bow? I don't know. All right. Running down for some wins of the week. Oh, win of the week. There's Lynn. Hey, Prepping by Faith. Glad you made it. Bought raw milk for the first time and made butter. How did it come out? Vancouver Vixen canned up 16 pints of split pea soup. Well done. Okay, looking for win of the week. Thank you so much for putting that in all caps. I really appreciate that. Michelle J. did some moving around to make room for more preps. You'll have to forgive me. My seasonal allergies are nuts this year. Carolyn Cusack, win of the week, had a garage sale today and made enough to pay a few bills. You know what? I think that's awesome. Chris Ticknor, win of the week, found 6 artichokes for $1 each on the clearance shelf. Well done. Who's Your Prepping Nurse? Win of the week, had a patient who didn't fast for a test and couldn't do it. Turned out he was homeless. Now that he has a case manager and getting help. Well done. Thank you for getting that person some help. Wanda the Chicken Lady found 6 jars of Taco Bell taco sauce for 46 cents at Walmart. Wow. Win for the hubs. Love that. We always love it when we get a win for a family member. Kelly S. found reusable silicone bags for 75% off. I like that. John H. win of the week. Rebecca canned 7 quarts of peas and 7 quarts of potatoes, plus got gifted some green tomatoes. Yum, yum. Okay. Win of the week from Patricia Bagwell. Found turkey for $1.59 a pound, but I sure did find them. You know, I found turkey at Aldi this week for $1.59 a pound as well. Okay. Let me just run down here. I have to make a note of that. November 22nd. November 22nd, fake person. Prayers. We'll put you on the list. Okay. Funyun Maker just got in from hunting. The venison kielbasa turned out great from last weekend. Hey, that's great. I bet that's delicious. Okay. Stacy D says, seriously, since C19, I used to lightly prep as I was a contractor and sometimes no work. Very true. Yeah. Hill County prepper. When we go on vacation, we scout out bug out locations. Yeah. A lot of people do that when they come out to the forest. They go for a drive or whatever, and then they think, oh, you know what? We'll just live in the forest. No, you won't. They would hate to see my stockpile in the whole basement floor to ceiling. There would be 10 people. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, I see a win of the week from Sven. Was in Scotland for a week and bought tinned haggis. How does that taste? Isn't haggis the line of a sheep's stomach or a cow's stomach? I can't remember if it's cow or sheep. Okay. Vancouver Vixen. Yeah, scoping out. Always scoping out locations, always scoping out different little roads, we're always learning more about the forest. Michelle Moon, win of the week. Additional win, got my son to dig up sweet potatoes. Sweet boy for helping mom. Well done. Well done. Tamara, win of the week. Prepping pulled pork to can. Got ground sirloin for $3.99 a pound. Gonna can that too. Very good. City Girl Homestead. Win of the week, got to see my grandbabies and got some canning done, cream cheese, and breakfast potatoes. Okay. I'm getting caught up here. Happy Hickman Homestead. We have 4 adult children and 3 grands to prep for. We've eaten hot dog spaghetti because that's all there was in the pantry. I'm excited for this whole series about prepping from the long-term food storage and making meals that are super easy, super delicious, and super quick to make too. Lori says, win of the week, spending a week with a good friend who's staying with me, planning my first vacation trip in 7 years for next summer. I'm excited for you, Lori. Lynn says, my butter is delicious. Oh, good. Can't wait to enjoy it on homemade bread and make more next week. Thank you for letting us know how that came out. Brennan. Hi, Brennan. Hey, everyone. Got some jalapenos from a friend. 3 gallons. Gonna try to can some cowboy candy. I've heard that that's delicious. I know Mr. B would probably eat it right out of the jar. Win of the week, my wife got a new job and will no longer be miserable. Well, hey. Fake person got oxen butter powder for $20 in Spark, Nevada. That's great. That's a good price. Win of the week, yes, that no, I don't know a word that this platform would care for that, but nothing was launched. We'll just say that. Vancouver Vixen, we're in our 30s and serious about preparedness, and everyone around us thinks we're nuts. Oh, well. Well, I don't think you're nuts, and I don't think 135 people in this chat right here, I don't think they think you're nuts either. Cindy Sue, win of the week, paid offshore debt and made some much-needed house repairs. Hey, that's great. All right, paid off debt. There you go. Okay, I see Harry Sizemore coming in. Sherry Sizemore. Win of the week. Spent the afternoon at my dad's 81st birthday party. Also got boneless, skinless chicken breast at Kroger for $1.79 a pound. Wow, I haven't seen that price in a long time. That's a really good price. Well done. Win of the week for Pauline. Set up a security system because of a prowler. Oh my goodness. Was it a 2-legged prowler or a 4-legged? Both are equally scary. Win of the week for USMC. Family worked together to get a garden put to bed. We're trying to get things organized and meals preps. We have a son at, is it Shan's? Is not Shane's, but Shan's. Serious win of the week. 32-ounce Southern Comfort eggnog for $1.04 each. That is a serious win. Win of the week. Here we go. Sassy Gal. Scored some Wagyu beef burgers for $6.47 a pound. That's 50% off. Hey, Van City. Glad to see you tonight. Hope you're doing great as well. Thank you so much. Look at Mr. Biggs. Win of the week. Got to spend a beautiful day with my wife. Don't take little things for granted. That's right. We went to a bunch of estate sales today, and we went to thrift stores. We were supposed to do prepping, but really we just played around all day. And I got a triple berry smoothie from Wawa, which is my absolute favorite thing in the whole world right now. So that $5, skip your $5 thing and do your prepping. I went ahead and spent my $5. Okay, goodness. Oh my gosh, Shan's getting a heart transplant tomorrow and might be headed your way. Oh my goodness. I'm going to write that down. Is it your son that's getting the heart transplant? You need to send me an email. Send me an email at ourbiggsadventure@yahoo.com about that, please. Please send me an email. Okay, it's so good to see you guys. You know what? I have the best community. Nobody ever gets rowdy or cusses. I mean, you're just so nice. Just so nice to each other. It makes me happy. A new discovery this week about black walnut tincture being able to replace iodine tablets. That is pretty awesome. Hey, I see Cold War Prepper. Thank you for joining us tonight, Lee. Good to see you. Babe, I'm wondering if you could get me a Ricola out of the bedroom, please. Okay. Under my pillow? Win of the week. The good Lord blessed me with an awakening every morning this week. You know what? That's something to be thankful for right there, especially. Okay. R. Jarrett. I've canned 20 pints of cowboy candy this year, and we'll go through it all before next fall. It's really good stuff. I'm looking for cranberries. As soon as cranberries come out, I need to get a large amount of cranberries and get them into my house so that I can make cranberry Christmas relish, which Jeremy's uncle calls cranberry Christmas crack because he eats it right out of the jar, which is Yeah. Uh-oh. Two-legged prowlers. Those are the worst kind. Thank you. Okay. Michelle Flo win of the week. 3 cans of green beans for 99 cents. And Sloppy Joe mix for 13 cents. Wow. All 3 cans for 99 cents? I haven't seen 3 for $1 vegetables in forever. Win of the week for Tony. Going back to work. Tony, congratulations. Garden Cat, win of the week. My chickens started laying. Your chickens need to have a chat with my chickens because my chickens molted and they're not laying, which, you know, it is what it is. White Tigress was on another channel about an incident that happened in the country that starts with R. And let's just read that because I'm not going to read it out loud. Okay. Win of the week. I see a win of the week. Oh, Madeline, thank you so much for the super ticker. I really appreciate that. And the troops appreciate that. Their Amazon link is, their Amazon address for right now is working. So we're going to keep praying that that still works. They got their Halloween party box. And I know some people don't celebrate Halloween, but a lot of the platoon guys do celebrate. So they got Halloween party in a box. And then next week or next time they get a box, they'll be getting the pajama box. Win of the week for Tammy. I want a handheld ham radio from Orlando Prepper, and it's so neat. Thank you, OP. Thank you, OP. I was actually in the chat for that drawing and saw you win, Tammy, and I'm so happy for you. I had my hand ticket when I was 12 years old. Just a little known fact about Cynthia. My dad was a ham radio operator pretty much since he got out of the military when he was a very young person. Everybody's praying for you, SMC, and I'm praying as well. I really hope that you send me that email because I want to catch up with you. Oh, Madeline comes from a military family. Yeah, pretty much everybody in my family is in the military. My sister-in-law was a higher rank in the military, and she drove a truck in Iraq. She is just one of the baddest females I've ever met in my life. I love her. Who's your prepping nurse? I have a video on the Biggs Homestead Kitchen about the Christmas cranberry relish, and I'll make it again this year. I have to. Win of the week, I made it another year around the sun. Oh my gosh, it was your birthday. And for snow, oh my goodness. I know they've had a little bit of snow in Maine up by the Canadian border too. And Van City put a video of some snow out, I think, but I don't know if that was in Canada or not. They travel so much that it's amazing. A ton of canned cranberry jam from last year. Oh my gosh, cranberries are 25 cents a bag. I hope I can find a deal on them this year. Garden Cat. Last year, we had gallons of jalapenos and hot peppers. I fermented them with garlic, blended them in the food processor, added honey and white wine vinegar to make sriracha hot sauce. Wow. I have a whole huge bag of habaneros. I got to find something to do with them. Karen says, the Lord provides. My husband left me with a 2-month-old and a 2-year-old in Los Angeles. No family, no job. Tried to take him to court. Yeah, the Lord provides. He always does. He always, always does. If you ask, he will provide. Is anyone else frozen? I hope not. Oh, gosh. Kieran, win of the week. After not being able to work for 10 months on TV shows, the Goldbergs let me work with my religious exemption one day, but good pay. God is good. Well, that's awesome. I know a lot of people are using a religious exemption, and that is, that's really good. It's good that people are able to not, get that, the juice, the ouchie. Who's your prepping nurse? Another one of the week. I had my first fire cider today. Thought I was going to die. That stuff is super crazy. Yeah, definitely fire cider is super crazy. Okay, sun. Okay. So your son is going to Shands. At Shands. Okay. All right. Perfect. I've got a little note, so I will add that to my list of prayers. Okay. Can I share the Christmas cranberry? Babe, do you think you can look on the Big's Homestead Kitchen and see if you can get the link? Or maybe I can. Win of the week. I gained a son-in-law last Saturday. That is great. Let me see if I can find that link here really quick. I'm making a face with my cough drop. Sorry, y'all. It's going to be from last year at Christmas. Gotta find it. There it is. Gotta find it. It's a water bath canning recipe. Super easy. Okay. Yep, I got it. All right. Another use for excess hot peppers is to smoke them and then finish them in the dehydrator. Ooh, I bet that is good. Oh, Kendra. Kendra comes from a family of ham radio operators. Yeah, me too. My brother has his ham ticket. My dad did. Oh, 5 Acre Homestead's here. Hi. Yeah, we may be having problems with our internet. Our internet went down completely last week, so I hope that you guys can all hear me. Oh, look at this. The Happy Hickman Homestead. I have a job interview Tuesday, same type of work, remote nursing, and hopefully better pay. That's awesome. Win of the week for Madeline. Got cranberries at the FM. I don't know what that is. To make cranberry apple butter. I can't wait. I can't wait to see cranberries. I'm waiting. Rita, win of the week. I got one freezer emptied, canned and dehydrated everything. Taking a couple days off for my birthday on Monday. Headed to see the traveling wall tomorrow. Oh, that's wonderful. Uh-oh, Lori froze again. I don't know. Do I do this? Nope. I can't refresh. All right. I am caught up, you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me? Because I'll be happy to answer questions. And we've got about 10 minutes before it's time to go and watch Pinball Preparedness. A Quiet and Orderly Life said that her win of the week was got the rest of the stuff out of the garden before the first frost, got all of her herbs freeze dried. Double D Homestead, if you haven't checked out Dawn's channel, she's fantastic. Thank you guys for staying with me, even though there's a lag. I don't know why. I think it's our internet. Double D Homestead canned 20 jars of jelly, made cheese for the first time, and she's got a video about that. Oh, Yarn Prepper, thanks for being here. I'm super happy that you came and modded for me tonight, and that everyone was so well behaved. I have the best crowd. Uh-oh. Pinball has a solar generator to give away tonight. Don't you do that. Don't you chew that. Mama T defrosted my last freezer and inventoried it, and I got a weekly menu so we can use up what we already have. Getting ready for winter in North Idaho. There's a super chat from Michelle. How does your garden look right now? You know what? It looks good. All my mustard greens, collard greens, and turnip greens are up. My pumpkins are looking great. The tomatoes, I don't know. I don't know if the tomatoes are actually going to make it. Oh, yay. Me and Pinball are the new Saturday Night Ritual. It's better than anything on TV. I have to say, YouTube is my jam. Can you dehydrate kohlrabi? I don't know. I've never tried it before. You can dehydrate greens. I know that. But I've never dehydrated kohlrabi before. I wonder, Linda, are you still here from Linda's Prepping Kitchen? If you're still here, can you answer that? I've never done it before. She dehydrates cabbage and all kinds of stuff. Let me find some more wins of the week. Allison Sanders canned 4 quarts of fajita meat and 8 quarts of potatoes, prepped the garden beds for winter, and dehydrated lemon balm for tea. Heather Nicole, she's a free woman. She gets to focus on herself, her little family, and her boys are worth it. Congratulations, Heather. Michelle Flo, I was able to get season packets for chili and tacos for 33 cents each. And then Michelle Moon got a new mattress installed. Alicia Bray clearing out freezer space by dehydrating all of her frozen vegetables. Azure Morgana refilled the Chinese pickle jar with carrots today for her wonderful kid. Melissa Richardson was able to complete her hand surgery with success, and it wasn't too painful. Let's see. 3736 Fox Run bought butter on sale, made and canned ghee. Katie Trapnell, Katie is a huge fan of my channel, went thrifting and got my 10-year-old her Carmen Sandiego costume red dress for $4, scarf for $3, boots for 50 cents, gloves for 50 cents, a Sunbeam bread machine with the book for $4, which has been on my wish list. So that is pretty happy. Okay. I see some more wins of the week in the chat. Yeah, I hardly ever watch TV anymore. We don't even have TV. We have Netflix. Lynn says, since you're in Florida, do you have a good marmalade recipe? We are harvesting homegrown sasumas and need ideas. Okay, so I make cherry marmalade. Maybe I'll make some this year, but cherry marmalade is so much better to me than actual marmalade. I find marmalade a little bitter, but cherries just smooth it right out. It's so, so good. I had cherry marmalade in my pantry, and I sold every single jar. I gave it away. Oh, 5 Acre Homestead says the pigs are going to market this week and filling the freezer. Hey, that's always a good week when piggies go to freezer camp. Andrea, win of the week, week 3 of meal planning done. Some changes due to fall break, and tomorrow back on track. Well done. A good meal plan is a key to saving money. Happy Hickman Homestead, dehydrate. So before, she's dehydrated potatoes, corn, cabbage, etc., but not kohlrabi. I've never tried that before, and I don't think I know anybody that actually has. All right. Attention preppers, plant instant potatoes if you garden this year. That way you can harvest the same day. I think that's a joke. Yeah, everybody keeps losing the internet tonight. I'm hoping that it's not too bad. Okay. Mr. B is leaving. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up a little bit early tonight as well, just because the internet keeps going in and out. If nobody has a burning desire, I think I'm going to jet. I love you all. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats, everyone. I can't tell you how much that means to the troops who are over there in Europe serving our country. My son did say, I'll just wrap up with this. My son did say that the mood is starting to change over there. When they first got there, they were very excited and very happy to be helping the people in Europe, and now they are having a harder time. The mood's changing, the weather's getting very cold, and it's going to be a very long winter for the people in Europe. So if we maybe could just include the people in Europe and the troops in our prayers. Thank you so, so much for watching, everybody. And remember, I'd rather be a year early than a day late. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.